Welcome to the Garage Audit. My name is Ivan and this is Thor Media. Today we're in Buffalo, New York and we're visiting Buffalo Car Care. If you're a car enthusiast in Buffalo, you probably know who they are. They're one of the biggest shops around and they not only have a retail shop, they also do dealership work as well. And they actually rent space in the dealerships. I've known these guys for about 15 years. They're great people. Let's go in and see if Ryan is there. Let's go into Buffalo Car Care and see what they have going on today. This is their showroom, but I know where Ryan is. Come on back. Ryan, how are you?
What's up, Ivan? Always a pleasure to see you.
Likewise. Let me get you mic'd up so people can hear you.
Very good. Welcome to Buffalo.
Yeah, thank you. So Ryan is one of the owners of Buffalo Car Care. His other partner is in Rochester at the moment.
Yeah, John Schmidt,
Yeah.
Rochester. We have, I think he's opening up a couple new locations for us today.
Right.
It's going to be a total of 11 more this month in our dealership side of our business.
Excellent. So Buffalo Car Care, not only do they have this beautiful shop here, they have a sister shop in Rochester and one in Orlando, but also they do dealerships. So if you own a dealership and you want your detailing to actually be profitable, contact these guys.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what they do. So I've been to the shop many times.
Yes.
I know my way around, but we'll have Ryan show you around. And let's start at the wash bay.
Yeah, all right, back this way.
Work our way forward.
All right, it's a working shop, so watch out. They'll be pulling cars in and out as we do this.
Yeah.
But we have two wash bays. It's a unique setup for us. My pride and joy of this facility is our location, and we'll show you everything inside these walls that we're currently in, but the location, I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of different dealerships, and so not the most ideal situation. We have a drive lane that I call a lot of wasted space. However, it's a necessity. We're not a mile or 2 miles down the road to work with our dealer partners. We're 20 seconds across the street, and we can show them that.
Yeah.
So our wash bays aren't the most ideal setup, but it works for now. We always put on additions every year or two. We make our space bigger, but we only have one door to access our shop due to our town ordinances. So again, not ideal, but here's our wash bay. We keep it pretty clean, pretty tight. We have pressure washers. It's filtered water. We got a lot more behind the scenes in our mechanical room that you can't see, but it's simple. We use a combination of hoses, pressure washers, air lines. We have some lighting. Some of our Mercedes partners have Sprinter vans, so we bumped our ceiling out, to wrap and coat some Sprinter vans and things like that. But the drainage we put in, it was a unique situation when I built the shop. It was March 1st of 2020, and 3 weeks later, COVID hit. So we never really finished. And so I apologize for the YouTube channel, but it works, and it's functional. And, we do a lot of revenue out of, the square footage that we have. But,
and you just recently added a pressure washer.
Oh, yeah, that's new. We've had it for a couple of years. But we didn't always have pressure washers. We don't really foam cars. We're big fans of the no rinse system. And so, and we work on a lot of fancy cars too. And, one of our concerns is always, not every car we do is a mass production car.
No.
And so the hoses serve a purpose. If we don't need to be adding pressure,
right.
I think you're the one that taught us, the gallons per minute is what matters the most. And so we've adopted that policy. Wholeheartedly, and so we take more time with it, the wash process. But you don't need a pressure washer. Same with the dealership sectors.
Mandy's.
Most of our dealership locations don't have pressure washers.
No.
We've adopted some of the high volume ones, the ones doing 300 to 500 cars a month. yeah, we need pressure washers.
Yeah.
You know, especially with trucks or anything that's kind of lifted, larger vehicles, the wheel wells. You know, rural areas.
Good.
You know, a lot of mud. Pressure washer is a valuable tool.
Yes.
But on you know, new cars in you know, in the city, hose will get by. Yeah.
No need.
Yeah.
You, how many rooftops are you at now? How many locations with the dealership side of things?
Just dealerships.
Yeah.
We are going to be at, I want to say, like 43.
Okay.
Is where we're at. We have 6 more under contract by the end of the year. And so we'll be pushing 50 this year, which is impressive. A lot of growth. This is a high growth year for us, so it's not always growing this quick, but a lot of opportunity in that dealership side.
Right.
We're very efficient. We do more than detailing.
Yes.
We joke occasionally that we're photographers that happen to be detailers. We do pictures. We do some preloads. You know, we help out different departments in the dealerships. You know, whether it's finance, service, sales. You know, we're all
You're the
over
go-to guys in the dealership, basically.
Yeah, we like to get things done, make sure the customers are happy, and you know, that's, you know, there's margin in there for everybody.
Yeah.
You know.
Good. Now, one thing that you guys have worked on a lot is your actual chemical line. So you have your own chemical line.
Yes. So that was an offshoot of, again, COVID. During COVID, we became deemed essential because our dealership partners were selling cars to healthcare workers and emergency responders. And so when you're going to go buy your $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 car, it needs to be clean.
Right.
And so they tapped us on the shoulder and gave us the nod that we can piggyback on the ability to open and work. And we opened it up to our employees, and I'm pretty sure every single one of them wanted to work. And so we started bringing people back. The downside is a lot of our partners in the past, they got us to where we were, you know, back then.
Yeah.
You know, they closed down. They had their COVID outbreaks. Manufacturing was down. Raw materials were hard to find. And so we dug in hard and started going vertical. We came up with our own chemical line. We have our own chemical engineer. They blend it a couple states over, still a Buffalo connection, which we take a lot of pride in. And yeah, we came out with our chemical line. We're probably half stocked right now.
Right.
But yeah, we can show the chemicals if you want to.
So you have your own chemical line, you have your own towels. So everything that Buffalo Car Care does, other than coatings and film, is proprietary.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah. A large majority of it is.
Yeah, good. Yeah. So yeah, we'll take a look. So you've got a very reduced line of chemicals. You know, we've been consulting for years, so basically the less amount of chemicals you have, the easier it is for your employees.
Less is more. It's straightforward. It helps from the standard operating procedures that we set up. But it's not just the chemicals, it's everything that comes with it. And so to do it right, specifically in New York State, that's where we're located.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of rules and regulations and testing, and we care a lot about the employee. And so we supply all the safety, you know, the gloves, the eyewear, the ear protection, but a lot of our products here are essentially, you know, organic. You know? So if they're touching it or being exposed every day, it's really not a problem. They're not breathing it in or ingesting it. But yeah, everything is very simple. For instance, the no rinse on the corner, we use that to obviously clean cars, but as a concentrate. So depending on how we concentrate it, spray detailer, glass cleaner, we can dust on the interior. It's just a lot easier.
Exactly. Yeah. And you've got a iron remover, wheel cleaner, and a tire dressing. Yeah,
iron remover is phenomenal. We should post my email if anybody watching needs to try a new product at a very aggressive price point. That used to be something that we paid a lot of money for iron remover. We formulated one. It took a couple of years. That's our little crown jewel right now.
Okay, good.
So it'll inevitably be for sale, but if anyone watching, if you're a friend of Yvan, you're a friend of ours, you know, send me your email address. You know, I don't know, I can ship it to you and try it out and give us some feedback on it, because we're always improving things.
Excellent. Now, you've got, this is the inventory just for this store, or sort of the back stock for a little bit of your other?
Yeah, so this is a hub for Buffalo.
Right.
And we have another hub in Rochester. For inventory purposes, you know, at the dealerships, sometimes if we stock a lot of things at dealerships, things disappear.
Right.
Because it's not an enclosed space. It's a shared space usually.
Yes.
And so, you know, the glass cleaner's walking off, or you see your towels at the sales desk, which is fine, right? We're achieving the same goal, but it's hard to keep track of. And so if you can't measure our growth or what we're putting into each satellite location.
Right.
So a lot of it runs through this operation.
Okay, good. Excellent. And then the shop itself. So what's the length of the shop?
Oh boy, I can tell you it's 8,000 square foot.
Okay.
We have some other space at the end of this plaza that we use for more storage. This is half of what we have here.
Yeah.
But length and width, I mean, you're probably looking at 100 and, I don't know, maybe 80 foot by, let's say, maybe 80?
Yeah.
Something like that, rough measurements. We do have plans to actually double the size of this square footage that we're in right now. But that's all on hold. We service all of our dealership partners, and the 11 shops are taking priority right now.
Right, yeah. At the moment, you've got other things on your plate.
Right.
So now, you've got how many technicians working here?
Today, what is it's Thursday, so I would say 9 technicians are working today.
Okay.
In a front desk.
Yeah, Mandy is up.
Mandy.
Yeah.
You know Mandy.
Yeah. So she's been with you, what, 5-6 years now?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds about right.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So it's a very, despite the size, despite all that, it's a very basic, simple operation. You've kept everything.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be. To do the volume that we do.
Right.
It's got to be. The dealerships that we work with in our markets, they express a lot of cars, meaning, a lot of times the deliveries, they're not scheduled. The car comes in and it's gone the same day.
Right.
Or they, maybe sell some of our film in the finance office and they want the car gone.
Now.
In under 24 hours.
Yeah.
And we take a lot of pride in what we do. Even though we could be doing more work, everyone here is very passionate. And so, we try to ingrain, give it to me for a full 24 hours and I will make you happy, the customer happy. And, as long as we're happy, everything will work out well.
Right.
But yeah, it's got to be simple for this process in order to do the numbers that we do.
Okay, good. We move back. You've got your floor sweeper. I know that's
Greatest
a point
tool,
of pride for you.
Greatest tool I think we've ever purchased is the floor machine.
Yeah.
We have one in every shop. It's crucial. And the real thing is it gives the clients that walk in, and we'll get to the front, and we put windows in the walls, to add to the transparency. They can see what's going on. But the clean floors, the cleanliness of the shop is a massive tool for closing our clients. They come in and the first thing they say is, "This is not what I thought."
No,
we're on tiled floor. Everything's squeaky clean. And the lighting is beautiful and things like that.
Right.
It's a great selling point. But I'm
surprised by you, Ryan, that you don't have the one that you ride on yet.
We were thinking about it, but it's too big to get. When sometimes there's like 20 cars in here, and that's I already know that's no good.
Yeah, I know. or the one that does its own.
Yeah, there's automated ones now that are like little Roombas. But but those are also maybe outside my price range.
Okay, you'll get there. So this actually used to be a commercial kitchen, right? This building?
Yes, yeah. So where the tile changes, where the non-skid starts, this was a large franchised burger joint, to be honest. And so massive, honestly, as far as I'm concerned. I think our C of O, our occupancy was like several hundred people that would fit in here.
Yeah.
But we gutted it, and we took down a bunch of walls. We just wanted open space.
Right.
So that's where we are right now, is what you see.
Yeah.
This was like a game room. I think there was like pinball machines in here. You can host private parties where our office is. But that's really all we needed. Now the pinballs are replaced with plotters.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of our weeding in here. You're more than welcome to walk in if you have to. We install Expel products, another great partner of ours.
Yeah.
Honestly, phenomenal. They've been along for a lot of our growth years.
Yes.
And so we do a lot of paint protection film and window tinting for them.
And didn't you recently win an award from them?
Yeah, I think on the East Coast we do a lot of work, and so we were honored at their dealer conference, which is just spectacular. Greatest dealer conference we've ever been to this year.
Good.
And so it's great to see us grow along with our partners growing at the same time. It just, it's fun.
Yeah,
fun,
it is.
And
yeah.
if it's keep it going,
Yeah. Good.
So.
And judging by the inventory you have in here, you do a lot of film.
Yeah, we do a lot of film. Mainly paint protection film. Tinting is taking off. There's some legalities in New York State about window tinting,
right?
So it makes it a little bit more difficult. But everyone wants it, and so we do it. We're not the no people. We say yes to everybody.
when you're working with dealerships, yes is the standard answer. Yeah.
Save that.
Yeah. No, definitely, it has to be. And then you work out the details after you've said yes, figure out how to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So people will notice the carts, and I want to point something out on the carts, and that is these. So you and your partner invented these.
Yeah. So it's just a bunch of different angled metal. I think you were actually an inspiration for this. Back when we met you, everything was efficiency, and we didn't have a heated and cooled shop as we do today.
No, you had no gas station.
It was out of an old gas station, and so when it's 90-degree heat, where I did a lot of the work too, you always taught us to be as lazy as possible, and we took that to heart. And even the fact of just bending over, and you'll see they'll have some of these fancy little stools that they do all the low work on. But the less amount of bending and twisting, combined with the beautiful AC units, I think we have 3 of them on the roof.
Right.
Makes life good. Polishing is now like a moment of zen for everybody. They just sit there and polish, and they can think about nothing besides just the task at hand and be comfortable doing it. But this helps a lot. The carts follow them around the car, and then just staying up top. We call it an ergo. We've donated and gifted and even sold a lot of these to other members of our community. You can hang them on the wall. We hang them on U.S. General carts, but they fit on Snap-on carts or whatever you have.
Yeah, you've got them universally.
Yep.
Yeah, and they fit on the small U.S. General cart and the larger one as well.
Yes.
You've got the white ones over there. Yeah.
Yep.
So. Yep. And each employee has their own cart.
Yeah. Yep. They all have their own cart, so they can keep track of everything.
Right.
This location, we do share a lot of different things at this location.
Right.
These guys have been working together for better part of or even north of that, and so different camaraderie here. Dealerships, everyone has their own carts. It's one person per car, one person per cart. And everyone's responsible for the items on that cart.
Yeah, because they're at the dealerships, they're at a piecework, they're not hourly.
Correct. Yeah. Piecework with other incentives.
Yeah, exactly. So in here you've got the Hummer that you just finished doing a stealth wrap on.
Yes.
The Alpha that's getting polished, probably for coating.
Yep, going to get coated for one of our dealer partners. That's one of them. Client's car on this Corvette, it's just a ceramic coating. The brand new Z4 in the back is a wrap job for our neighbors across the street at BMW.
Yep.
Up front, obviously, as we were filming, a couple clients came and picked up their cars. There's a couple wraps and coatings that we did yesterday that get picked up today. We normally keep the cars in our facility overnight for
good.
G-Wagon up front, that's a full vehicle gloss wrap.
Yeah.
The brand new Ferrari 296 is another full vehicle stealth wrap. They're all going to get coatings, interior, exterior. Lexus, I believe, is just windshield tint.
Okay.
Looks like this is an individual's car that we've tinted before in the past.
Yeah.
Cracked a window a few days ago, got it replaced. Can't live without the tint.
Okay.
And so we're sneaking her in today.
Yeah.
To make sure everyone's happy at the end of the day and they can sleep well and not be in a fishbowl.
Right. So your peel board is very prominent on the wall.
Yeah. Again, you're working not hunched over.
Right.
Doing all the smaller tasks of the process.
And do you know how many G-Wagons you've done in here? Because every time I come here, you at least have one.
Oh, for real? Yeah. It's our market. I think is a huge market for G-Wagons. It's a strange thing.
Yeah.
Just film out here. Just point the camera out the window, and you'll see a handful of them. It's just a popular car for our market.
Yeah. Well, the Mercedes dealer is literally the other side of the street.
It's another great partner that we have, and so we do a lot. Hard, not the easiest car in the world, but
no,
these guys make everything look easy. So we're pleased with that.
Good. And you've got lifts for them if they want to lift it up, they can.
Yep.
Which the G-Wagon no need, but the Ferrari probably yes.
It absolutely will be on the lift to do all the low stuff. As you see, if you walked in, all the high stuff is already done.
Yeah, exactly.
And so they'll save the low stuff for later, but it'll be up. Rocker panel will be on your chin to do the work. You know, so perfect. Again, ergonomically friendly.
Yeah, and this is the area that the customers see from the showroom.
Correct. Yeah. It's important to see the process. Not everyone understands the process.
Right.
And so You may think that they've heard of ceramic coatings and paint protection film, but the reality is that a lot of people confuse the service. You know,
Right.
or they think a coating stops stone chips, or they think a coating is the film, and so we educate, and it's a lot easier, when you visually see it as well too.
Yeah.
But
So this is the showroom. So this is the door people come in from.
Front door,
where we
yep.
came in.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your products up here for the customers. Nice display. Mandy has a beautiful marble desk that is backlit, if I remember correctly.
It is, yeah. We usually have it on. It looks like we just didn't turn it on, but
Okay.
yeah, some of this granite is transparent. Has a lot of quartz in it.
Yeah.
So when we're dealing with some of these jobs, some of these tickets,
Yeah.
for a customer to walk in and feel the material, it's the same as their house. It builds a little bit of trust or makes them feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Same thing on our coffee bar. What we ended up doing with our espresso machine. We give them beverages. We have our own bottled water.
Yeah.
And then just a couple different things that we think people would like if they drop cars off, and it
Yeah.
works out really well. Even if it's not our client and it's a lot guy,
Yeah.
coming over here to get a car picked up really quick or dropped off really quick, they take a beverage, and it's almost like a little tax that we have, which we love
Yeah.
because it's a little sweet treat,
It is.
for dropping something off here.
Yeah. Your own shoes?
Yeah, so we get gifted a lot of things. One of our clients, I guess, designed some shoes. We have a shop car. It's a new Corvette.
Yeah.
It's a satin gray. It's got a red interior, and
The one that was in the wash bay.
they were
Yeah.
pulling it in, and what they ended up doing was as a gift. They supplied us these shoes, and we're supposed to wear them, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're too pretty, so I put them up there. And I'll tell you what, the absolute #1 thing people comment on.
Yeah.
It's not our Swarovski crystal Bills helmet
Yeah.
or our Rolex winning 24-hour Daytona race suit or the Super Chucks hockey. It's the shoes. So
Yeah.
get the shoes.
Okay.
Find somebody to make them, put your logo on them. I guarantee you it will be a conversation piece.
Excellent. So you've got the nice menu up there. Tells everyone exactly what they need.
Yeah, digital pricing. They come in, they can see it.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people call because they want to get things quoted out. Again, we do so much volume that we started coming out with just like a one price kind of fits all.
Yes.
We'll manage the expectation. If the car needs to have more of a paint correction or more polishing,
Right.
that'll be extra. But our process is what we try to ingrain. It doesn't matter if
Yes.
it's a new car or a vehicle that's 3 years old. Our process is the same.
Same.
And we can manage that expectation. Not every customer that we have is, driving a $480,000 car.
No.
They just want their car coated. 90% good paint is good for them, and we want to keep that price point there. We don't want to add on an extra $500,000 to make the car perfect.
No.
Again, we're in Buffalo, so if you came like 3 weeks ago, there's snow piles the size of you out there by the road, and so they use snow brushes a lot. We have a lot of automatic car wash systems, and so we focus on keeping a price point obtainable, and then we always overextend on the service side of things.
Yes.
We give a lot of things away as a courtesy. If we pull your car in these lights and half your car needs to be correct, we don't charge more for that. So
Good. Now, I noticed down the hallway here we have a lot of memorabilia.
Oh boy. Okay.
But there's one that interests me the most.
Okay.
So you've got all sorts of,
They're all going to get hung up on the wall.
Yeah, you've got your Cars and Coffee poster here.
Cars and Coffee. Yeah, we run the Cars and Coffee in Buffalo. We do 4 or 5 of them a year, and it's a 3-hour event. We sponsor it with one of our other partners.
Right.
And we'll get like 10,000 people to show up. It's insane. And
Yes.
so that works really well for our brand. Something that we revived about 2 years ago. Massive success.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you've got all the sports memorabilia, things like that.
NFL MVP, Josh Allen.
Right.
There's his jersey. And
But
then
this is the most important one to me.
that is also the cheapest one. That is my first uniform. I don't know if I ever showed you this or not.
No.
But I was cleaning out my house, and I found it.
Okay.
And so in a bin from my move 10 years ago into my
Yeah.
house, I was just getting rid of stuff, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And so it's a little stained up, but that's actually my first uniform. If you get a good video of it, you can show how we ironed everything on.
Yeah.
And over the years, I think I only had 1 or 2 of these at the, when we started, we were, 18 and 19.
You started as a mobile detailer.
I didn't. John had some experience as a mobile detailer. He did that for, I think, a year before he met me. And then when I came into the picture, we immediately went to a brick and mortar facility.
Yes.
And that was in 2009. $0. Had absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Personally, no money.
Right.
College, books, would wipe you out.
Yeah.
So that's where I met my business partner. John was at the university at Buffalo, but I remember vividly
Yes.
where we went and invested into a bunch of clothes and then a printer to print this, and I was like, oh my god, this is an insane amount of money. But so it's very cool to see how far we came, and so I put it in like a $1,000 frame because we value this a lot. So I had it all professionally done.
Good.
Put a little tag on it, but yeah, it's going to hang on the wall here. The reason why they're all on the ground is because I think the expansion is actually going to have to go through this wall in order to connect me to where I want to be.
Yeah.
And so we took these down from the wall. We left the MVP up just in case he comes in.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Yeah.
Good. Now, one thing that has always struck me with Buffalo Car Care is the continual growth, but also the fact that you two are partners, and I've never seen a discourse between the partners. How do you guys manage a partnership? Because that's a question a lot of people have.
I think it's our greatest secret to success is the partnership. Honestly, I give a lot of credit to the community members that we meet that do it all themselves.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have done any of this myself. Today is an example. We got to run this facility, a couple other operations. We just finished the end of the month. There's a lot going on now.
Right.
And and John's opening up 11 stores in Rochester. I mean, I think he left here before I got up in the morning. And so he's a city over, opening up, managing all that, and it's impossible to do this by ourselves. I think that it helps that I want to say that we were friends first. The full story is that the day I met him was the day we agreed to open this.
Oh wow!
And so 2 weeks later, he ended up saving my number, called me. I negotiated, a facility,
right?
And that's where it all started. But we are, we're best friends. And so at the end of the day, our mindset is aligned.
Mm-hmm.
And so we often like to poke little jabs at each other when we feel maybe someone's doing something different. But there's the more you get into business, and you're going to know this, there's a million different ways to skin a cat.
Yes.
And just because it's the way I want to do it, it might not be the best way or the most efficient way, or maybe there's a better way. And,
right.
And so the more you understand that and value perspective and perception of how other people want to handle things, that gives us a lot of power, and when you value somebody's opinion, like we value yours, when you say something in most of your channel, that you should listen. That's what the experience factor is. And, it's good to surround yourself with these people.
Yeah.
It's worked out well for us. No problems. Everything's pretty good.
One thing that, I want to emphasize though, is that you each have your own particular jobs and you don't interfere with each other's.
That is absolutely true. Good observation. John went to school for business and finance.
Right.
So he's clearly passionate about that. And he graduated, and I graduated with computer science engineering, which we're working on, making more of a tech side of our company too at this current point in time. But, it's good to, have your defined roles, hold everyone accountable. But at the end of the day, we're here to have fun.
Yeah.
As long as we're all fun, everyone's safe, and and everyone's happy. That's really all we care about. When back in the day, trying to make money, work till 4 a.m. and
I remember those days, and that gas station was okay, but the floor was all crooked and rotten, and some of the walls, and you guys went from renting it to owning it to running the gas station part of it, running the convenience store.
We normally take everything over. Anything that we, over time, the properties tend to work better if we have more control over things.
Right.
And, the fuel was, we got into it in the golden age of fuel. So it worked out okay, but we weren't passionate about it.
No.
A lot of regulations, took up a lot of time, and so we lost interest. And hence, this is where we are now, and with our community, making a lot of restrictions on automotive. This is a very hard piece of real estate to do what we want to do, even though we're looking at all the dealerships through this window. not everyone finds automotive sexy.
No.
You know, there's budget vans you can park out here for sale, and you know, and you can have a used car lot, and that's not what we do.
No.
You know, we made our, you know, our plea to the town. You know, they issued us a variance, but again, we've been in this town for just over 16 years conducting business. This is where we want to be.
Yes.
And the town is very receptive of that, and they work with us to, you know, to move here.
Yeah, and you do a lot for the community as well. There's events. There's, you know, if you follow their Facebook, Facebook and Instagram, you'll see just what they do and how much they're implicated in the community.
Yeah, it's important to give back, right?
Yeah.
You have a bigger cause than just cleaning the car. You know, we get a lot of our staff involved too, but you know, you look at these things that are in the waiting room, and everything here isn't just an item that we purchased. It's usually to support, you know, a charity like Make-A-Wish,
right,
or Fantastic Friends, or Cradle Beach, and everything that we have here is basically almost like a little trophy of that moment that we contributed to a local organization,
right,
that we like to support.
Excellent. So, well, thank you very much.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Normally I give recommendations on a shop. There are none here.
That's
because,
too kind.
No, but I've come here so many times, and every time I give a recommendation, they follow up on it, they do it. But at this point, you guys have it so much down to a system. Actually, I would say one thing: clean up your office.
Oh,
but yeah. Other than that, it's
this
good.
where I blame it on John? He's not here.
Yeah, no. But their office has always been let's just say something exploded in there and it lands on the desk. But I noticed that John has this big 2 screens of computers. You have none.
Don't let him fool you.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a lot of work getting done. But...
No, that's to hide behind, right?
Yeah.
He's not here, so we can do this.
Yeah, we can
but
do
yeah,
that.
that's to hide behind so he can sleep, which doesn't happen. Don't worry. But there's no computer on your desk.
Yeah, I like being seen.
Yeah.
The relationships with our clients is wildly important to us. You know, at the end of the day, that's really all we have.
Yep.
And so, you know, it's important to you know, be here. It's important if I go to an event, I go spend a lot of money. I go to a nice restaurant, a steakhouse. It's always, I thought, cool when the chef walks up and asks you how everything was, or the owner walks up and asks you how everything was, because you're spending all that money. It's just a meal,
right?
But it makes you, you know, makes me feel good about it.
Yes.
And so that's what I try to do. So my laptop's actually up here at the desk today, but I try to spend as much time out here as possible.
Good.
Just makes more sense to me.
Yep.
You know, I'm not necessarily the number crunching individual or the, you know, the HR processing all the paperwork.
No, yeah, you're the handshake guy. Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Excellent. Thanks again. We're still going to give him a little bit of a report card when we get back to the car. We had a great visit with Ryan. You can see Buffalo Car Care. They are continually growing, continually getting better. And I normally give a report card and suggestions. The only suggestion I said is clean up your office. But other than that, they're doing a great job. They are a model of efficiency and also a model of growth. Follow them on social media. The links will be down below. And you can reach out to Jamie at the House of Rags if you'd like to have your own garage audit. And we'll see you in the next one.